up, bro?
We got a podcast in the metaverse, bro.
Yeah. Who knew that this is what it was all building up to through the entire first season? And now we are here kicking off season 2 with all of you guys, a live studio audience.
Let's go. Every Tuesday.
A podcast. We didn't even know what was happening. We're 15 episodes into this.
It seems to be helping and impacting a lot of people. We'll see you every Tuesday on the Well Metaverse podcast. Peace.
Easy. I don't know why I chuck deuces. Like I don't chuck deuces. What was that?
Jason Earls.
What's up, man? Okay, let's talk about the
what just happened.
Dude, no, the music, man, is like the music. Just the two contrasts of the music. First, you got the hip hop, boom, boom, boom,
yeah,
and you like jamming, and then the heavy metal comes in. Like, yo, that's
John, John, down.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Yeah,
So good,
yeah.
man.
I think we nailed it though. Like,
Absolutely, dude.
Like,
Yeah, this is so good.
I mean, I'll tell you, with me and you, of course, being able to see each other's images while that intro video is playing,
Right.
and just boom, just it's happening. Oh man.
What people don't know is I was just saying something when you hit click, boom. You go live.
right. I'm like, oh, what's that? Oh, what did you want to say? Click intro.
That's funny. Oh, DT wants to talk to you.
Mm.
You remember that?
What's
DT?
that?
We say DT wants to talk to you. Like, DT? Dial tone. Click up.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. The dial tone wants to talk to you. All right. I thought you said we had somebody in comments, and we do.
No.
Sturminator is here. Okay, so I got to tell you a quick story about Sturminator. There's this game called Among Us that's in VR. And I mean, it's in 2D also, but it's recently made its debut in VR. And basically your team, or not your team, but people go around and one person's an imposter and they try to basically off the other ones. And Sturminator gifted me a copy of this. He bought a copy and gifted me a copy of that. So I got to go in and play with some of the team, and I got to say, we got some sneaky folks. So, like, don't trust anybody in the soapstone. That's all I'm saying.
That is great. Kimberly Ann, one of our favorite folks. What's happening?
For sure. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. And
what's
Cal's
up, Cal?
Here. Yeah, he says in his best British impression. Wait, actually, it's just him, I guess. Hello, chaps, or hey, chaps. That's, boy, I messed that up. Hello, chaps. That's
right.
that's not how that's said.
What up, chaps?
Oh, hey, graphics is in the house. As greetings. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Skills. Velez is in the building.
Yeah. Wondered where that. Yeah. All right, man. And it's good to see you, Jason. I know you are settling into this new role. With every day, he's got to be throwing a new curveball at you. How you doing,
dude? I'm doing really good, man. I was telling my family Sunday night, my soul is encouraged.
Oh,
that's the best way I can describe it, man.
Man, if we could all say that, how great would our days be? My soul is encouraged.
My soul is genuinely encouraged, man. A lot of great things are happening. You know, of course, anytime you take any leadership position and any leadership role of an organization that has existed over 20 years, there's just a lot of, and following a leader who's been leading the organization for 30 years, there's just a lot of there's a lot to grab hold of. There's a lot to behold. There's a lot to, especially when you're an innovator and a visionary and a comedian, dude, your propensity is to run very hard and run fast.
Yeah.
And so, of course, but with a larger organization, you can't run that same speed. You still got to run and be yourself, but you got to pick your races that you're going to run fast. And the other races that you're going to like, okay, this was going to be a marathon. This was going to be, you know what? We're not going to do this one this track season. We're going to wait to next season to do that. We're just having to make those decisions, which is great. And I'm grateful that I have my wife and other solid leaders around me, especially older guys. Some older dudes that say, hey,
I've been there. Just
like
just settle. Yeah.
Just like, hey, they say that two bulls were talking, a young bull and an old bull.
Wait, I think I've heard this one.
One bull like, hey, let's go get a cow. He was like, man, the older bull like, hey man, let's walk down and get all of them.
That I think I've heard that expression a number of times in a number of different ways too, but
right.
I think the first time I heard it was the movie Colors.
Ooh, nice.
Way back when.
Yeah.
And they were talking about two bulls on the hill. But
on the hill, yeah. And that's just somebody told me that years ago, and it just came back to my memory. Just one day, I was like, oh, I need to do this. It's like two bulls. I was like, slow down, Earl. Slow down, bro.
It's true. Well, and I'll with the soapstone also, it's coming into this holiday season, especially, it's like, okay, should we take a breath? Should we take a breath for a second, and reset, and then hit it come January 1st hard, and I don't know.
Duke, the soapstone has been jumping. I hadn't been able to jump in there, but I just see the buzz, and I'm like, man, I'm missing a whole lot of action and fun. There's a whole lot going on in the soapstone.
Yeah, so we, of course, with the dry bar stuff, we had a bump in traffic and activity and
really,
and that. Oh yeah, and it's wonderful. Like we had kind of capped out at about 13,000 visitors per week. And then now, since the dry bar stuff has started, we're closer to about 15,000 visitors per week. So that's a substantial increase in traffic.
Nice.
And but there's also right now there's some challenges with event spaces. So we've got a wonderful lineup of shows, but it has become increasingly difficult to execute those shows with some revamping and stuff that's happening with the events. But so it's like, okay, and then how much time do you take off for Christmas and New Year's, and do you cancel some shows? And it's tough because this is really our first time going through this season, really, as a big established thing. And on the one hand, it's like, man, give people time to go hang out with families and have some away time. But on the other hand, man, because this is so much more than a comedy club, we want to make sure that we're there to connect with people and be part of their lives too,
I would assume that you're probably going to have more traffic during the Christmas holiday, simply because some people will be getting the Oculus for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Some people during the day will spend time with family, or if they're spending time with family during the evening, they're gonna want to jump on and play with the Oculus or the headset and get in, during the day. So I suspect it's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
So looking at the numbers last year, well, we weren't doing this last year.
We were just like,
it really jumped off January. Yeah.
It like, so about this time last year is when Horizon Worlds opened up to the public.
Right.
And then actually right about almost exactly a year ago was when we the soapstone door went in the plaza.
Yeah.
And then that brought a bunch of visibility to us. And I mean, really, since that time, it's been popping. Like
wait.
because our first show.
When did Gutties?
Yeah.
When did Soapstone become Soapstone and change from Gutties?
Like February
2022.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
But
This stuff is all running together, bro. It's like,
well, I know it.
Like, you're like, oh man, wait a minute, you just in the 3rd grade now.
right. Oh, I know it. I mean, it feels like we're veterans of the industry, and
Right.
like we've been at it a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you've said it. Time moves fast in the metaverse. Yeah.
Anybody else who's watching feel like that? Like this, they just, as you try to walk through timeline, it's, you just feel lost. Dude, it feels like at least 2-3 years.
Yeah. Oh, Kawaii Creator says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Good to see you.
My hands are blue.
Huh? It's only on your screen.
No, I'm looking at them right
here. Yeah. You're like, no.
No, I bought these new jeans.
Oh,
and
I gotcha.
Really expensive jeans. And now I got them on my hands, baby.
That's right. Hey, Annabelle Wright is answering your question here. She says absolutely, as far as time moving quick. She also has another comment here. She says that the holiday season is kind of a dangerous season to put comics on stage. And boy, that's kind of that's a deep statement right there.
Yeah, please unpack that for me. I'm curious to know why you say that.
Yeah.
I love to hear more about that.
That's right. Or Annabelle, are you around to grab a quick link?
If we send you
throw a comment up and see if we can
oops, my bad.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, throw us a comment if you're around and can jump on the call with us, and we'll pick your brain on
I know
what
she
you mean.
put some laughs behind it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Right. She's like, I was making a joke and they're getting serious.
There you go. That shows the fragility of comedians right there. What do you mean?
Right.
No, I just because I'm always looking. I don't know about you as a comedian, but Christmas time is a fun time on stage because it really forces me to try to write Christmas material.
Yeah.
And so trying to, it's almost like you creating comedy in a vacuum. You've got a few weeks that this material is relevant, and after that, it's irrelevant for 11 more months. So I'm always trying to think, and this is just, I don't know if anybody else who does marketing or planning, but typically I try to curate my Christmas ideas during this season, and then shortly after the season try to film them. So in other words, like a lot of, when I was recording a TV show, we did a Christmas episode that in May. So we actually made that day Christmas just to get into the mood and the holiday spirit.
Gotcha. So, yeah. Annabelle, I just shot you a link to jump in and
Annabelle.
Join us. Yeah.
This will be fun. I'm playing with my backgrounds. You like the green?
I do personally. Like I just had some headshot photos done, and it was in a spot where it was like half green screen, half regular, and I really like just the shots. I'm like, I want to keep that. It's just a cool look, I think. Yeah. So Annabelle is somebody who's been around the Soapstone for a bit.
Let's go, Annabelle.
Yeah, very involved in improv, and has actually stepped back a little bit, but being on the Soapstone has encouraged her to do stand-up IRL, which is cool. She also is, I don't want to steal all her thunder here, but she's an experienced clowner. She's She's
Such
a
a clown.
professional clown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's cool. I've shot her a link, and she'll be jumping in pretty soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, I love, and your background doesn't have to be perfect. Just jump in. We're not shooting for perfection right now.
Yeah.
Man, I love Joey Aiello and his the fact that's the idea that he was raised by two clowns. It's so fascinating to me.
So I didn't know that he was raised by two clowns.
Yeah, his parents were police officers by day, and at night they were clowns, professional clowns, dude.
Wait, hold on. Both of his parents were police officers by day.
Yeah,
And
and
clowns by
clowns at
night.
night. Yeah,
Oh, wow. All right. Well, I see backstage our friend Annabelle has
yeah.
joined us, so I'm gonna bring her out.
Let's go.
Hey,
Wow,
Annabelle.
hey everybody.
What up?
This is an unexpected addition to my mornings.
Right. Yeah, we like to do. Those that know me know that I really like putting people in the spotlight and surprising them with a little bit of stage time or whatever. So welcome. Glad you're here with us.
Yeah, long time no chat.
Yeah. How's your comedy stuff going?
It has taken off this month, Aaron. It has. I produced my first show this past weekend.
You don't
Experimental.
mess around, huh? Like you're like, if I'm doing it, I'm doing it. Huh?
Doing it, yeah. We produced an experimental like alt clown comedy show on Saturday. Me and my my co-collaborator.
Oh, another one of those, huh?
Another one of those. Yeah, I ate like a sloppy chili dog for 10 minutes, and it was massively fun.
Gotcha. So that's
So okay. So you do stand-up comedy, you do improv, and you clown.
The trifecta. That's correct.
Dude. So what's the order? Which one came first? The chicken or the egg?
I was an improver first, so I
Okay.
started in improv,
Okay.
and then I moved into doing more clown and physical comedy work.
Waka.
And then I was lured into stand-up here at the Soapstone, actually.
Soapstone to do
in the
that too.
metaverse. Yep.
very
I did
cool.
my first 3 minutes on that virtual stage.
That's
right.
hysterical.
Yeah.
So, dude, why do you say? I know it was a joke. Well, you say, man, that's dangerous putting comedians on stage in the holidays. Why do you say that?
I mean, that's like I think a lot of comedians draw from like personal experiences and things that are difficult. And the holiday is a difficult time period, so that's when all their like real difficult material, I think, is coming out on stage that they're trying.
Wow. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, all the pain and the family are in earshot of the material as well.
That's That's where I thought you were going with that, and I'm right there with you. Like, I mean, anybody who's been around comedy long enough has been around to see that set that somebody has that is something that's just a little bit too raw yet to get on stage and be funny. It will be at some point, but yeah, the holidays will bring that out for sure.
Yeah, have you ever seen that person run that material? Of course, they're a newer comic, so their skills of like balancing the emotions aren't there, and they're going on that rant, and you're like, "Oh snap!"
Yeah,
they probably should have seen somebody about this issue.
That's right.
It's trauma dumping season for the open mics right now. So
yeah.
But I would say to any comedian watching, this is, even though it might be dangerous to jump on stage, this is the great time to write material or just journal.
Journaling. Yeah, that's
journal all these because
just grab those little nuggets because everybody's experiencing them. Like
absolutely.
Everybody's experiencing them, but our own little perception of them is worth sharing.
And I think like a really interesting part of this season to me too is that everyone's family is in audiences right now. Like people are in town, and the tension is so much higher because you joke about your family a lot. Most people do, I think, and then suddenly they're hearing your jokes about them. So
what's funny is, so I had a lot of family in town week before last, just because of all the events that were happening around my installation. And I just found, in particular, my cousins that when I was little, I was around, and my aunts and uncles who were around when I was little. Going into that memory bank, man, it was just such a sweet, amazing time. And it made me recall so many funny stories. And my cousin's like, you tell that on stage? I was like, nah. They were like, why not? I was like, you know what? I forgot about that memory, but two, it's like I remember the first time I knew what a lie was. And I just thought it was an amazing concept. I thought, because my brother had peed on the floor. This is when I don't know, Aaron, if you remember Underoos.
Oh yeah,
but Underoos came in
they're
like
fun to wear.
They came in a cardboard box like a record album. And so my brother peed on our bedroom floor. It was hardwood, and he wiped it up with the cardboard. And I was like, that is awesome. So then I peed. And then I started wiping it up, and he went and told my parents, Jason just peed on the floor. So my parents came in, of course, with a belt, knowing that they wanted to whip my tail. And they were like, Jason, you peed on the floor? I said, Robert did too. And he said, no, I didn't. And I was like, ooh.
That's all you got to do.
And I literally started smiling and laughing because I was like, this is an amazing concept.
That's not the right time to start smiling and laughing, though.
Which made my parents think, oh, he's the guilty one.
Yeah.
And I got a whipping because of that, dude. But I just thought, I remember like, wow, what an amazing concept. And it worked. It literally worked.
Oh man. Yeah. That's good stuff. That's good. So Jason, what if I'm curious, actually, like as we were talking about what we're doing today, which we probably should chime in and let everybody know that we started this a little bit early today. This is going to be our new time slot. We're going to be starting the live stream at about 12:30 at noon Eastern, and really going to be wrapping it up by 12:30. So we got a couple minutes left here. We're Jason with his new adventures as the lead pastor of the church down in Texas there, and me with some different things like, going on.
You don't act like a pastor. I walk in there like, yo, what up? In fact,
tell you what, that's a great compliment, I think, because if you can be pastoral, if you can pastor, because being a pastor, you're shepherding people.
Yeah.
And if you can fulfill that purpose, if you can be a shepherd in people's lives and not act holy, not act holier than thou, I guess is probably the right way to say that. That's
who is thou though? But,
who's thou? Yeah. Actually, Marilyn Lee says you are a refreshing pastor. It sounds like, yeah.
Marilyn Lee is probably one of the most encouraging, loving people around the church, man. Always, dude. It's like I got a aunt, a sister, and a friend wrapped up in one person.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, Marilyn, thanks for your encouragement to my friend Jason here.
I see my barber who just joined church Sunday. He texted me actually when we were on this. Like he's saying, "Say, bro, I'm ignoring his text." Like he trying to see when I'm coming in to get a haircut. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah. Now, so did you? We lost Annabelle, but Annabelle, thanks for joining us. That was a lot of fun. So you did a video, right, where you got trimmed up?
Yeah, I did. We've done a few videos, man.
Okay, all right. Was that at his place?
Yeah, that's at his place, man.
Boy, I just realized I could be throwing you to the wolves there. Was that at his place? No, that was
you cheated on me. That's always weird when barbers feel like
yeah.
Come back in, man.
Yeah, you can pop back in, but if your schedule isn't there, we've only got a couple minutes left here anyway. But thanks for popping in. That was fun to see you, my friend. Yeah. So this is cool. That's one of the things that I love about what we're doing, how we've been leaving some space for just these genuine interactions and genuine connections.
Indeed.
Friday when we got together and did that and shot in world, we pivoted last minute because somebody popped up and really needed to be part of the show. We needed to hear from him and all that. Firefrost, I think we'll have some video to drop of him at some point. I don't have it right now, but that dude, man, I'm so happy to see him re-engaging in the soapstone and being involved in the community. It's awesome.
Indeed.
Awesome.
Yeah. You know what, man? I just think what I love what we're creating here is I've got a foreign friend who said, you know the problem with you Americans? Everyone has watches, but none of you all have time.
That's deep.
Dude, and it's what I appreciate what we've been able to do together is I feel like we've been able to slow down and just, man, embrace the moment for what's going on with this metaverse thingy. But also, even as we pivoted into this platform, just like, you know what? We've got some content that we want to cover, but people are the most important resource that we have. Let's stop and let's connect with, let's just bring this person in randomly. We've got time for you. And I really love that we've been able to do that, man.
That right there is what this episode is about. That right there is what this conversation is about. And I didn't know that's what it was about until just now. But when we kicked off the conversation talking about coming into the holidays, is it time to just take a breath and pause and get ready for the new year? And the answer is yes. Yes.
My favorite thing about Christmas is the fact that everything is shut down. And I don't have to do anything except for love the people who are right in my house with me.
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest things about Christmas. In the midst of getting the 8,000 Merry Christmas texts. Nobody's expecting for me to show up. Nobody's expecting for me to meet. Nobody's expecting for me to have a phone call.
Yeah.
Dude, just to stop and pause and know we're going to spend our time with people, man. With our immediate family.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Speaking of a pause, this Friday is the 23rd. Why don't we pass on doing a metaverse in world on the 23rd? Unless you want to. I don't know. What do you think about this Friday?
I had to jump out of an family emergency Friday. So I felt like I left everybody hanging on Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
let's do it then. Okay. So we'll plan on being in world at 11 o'clock, and we're going to meet in the regular world of Jason Earls Productions at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Indeed.
We won't do an event space. It'll be in the regular world, which there's a door to right in the soapstone. So anybody who's in the soapstone can just go through that door at 11. Kimberly Ann, she says she will be there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. We'll plan on that on Friday, and and then we'll be rolling right into Christmas.
Yeah. Which Merry Christmas,
Oops,
Sturm.
sorry, boy, I was going to put Sturm's Merry Christmas up, and you beat me to it. Yeah. Oculus 410 says save the Oculus. You almost missed the live stream.
Right. Actually, this is actually the replay right now, Oculus.
Yeah, he throws hashtag save events up. So Oculus is he's one of these guys who has fallen into the role of a champion of the community.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a tough spot that he finds himself in because, the way that sometimes things are prioritized is how loud the community is screaming.
Right.
So he says hashtag save events. And we talked a little bit about it, how the events are, they're problematic right now. There's been some changes with them, and they're not functioning real well. And he's kind of serving as the bullhorn of the community to say, hey, this is a problem and it's important.
Yeah.
So he's and I'll tell you, I don't envy him for that role, because and he and I have had conversations. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you're yelling awfully loud about a bunch of things. I don't know that I would feel comfortable. And he's like, well, you got to do what you got to do.
He's like a walking suggestion box.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
As a community, they save sprinting and pushback on the A jump button. Make noise and be heard if you want change. So and this is a big deal. This was a big deal where there was some remapping of the buttons that was proposed, and Oculus and many people in the community voiced their concern about it and said, hey, we don't want that to happen. And they saved sprinting and all that. So
that's it, man. I just, man, I love how we learn a lot about people. Or I mean, learn a lot from people. There's so many leadership lessons. If you're open to it, you can grab hold of them. There's a verse that says, wisdom cries out in the streets. Like, you don't have, all you got to do is just pay attention and listen real careful. And wisdom is like that person behind the free throw line waving during the free throws. Wisdom cries out. All you got to do is pay attention and you'll see it. And so with Oculus, there's a lot of wisdom that I learned from him. And as he drops
in true Oculus fashion. As my friend Jason always says, you have to learn to sprint before you jump.
But just, but in all jokes aside, it's, man, you watch how Oculus maneuvers through the community, how he listens to people, how he helps address his concerns, man. And there's a lot that a lot of people can learn from life just by watching Oculus.
Yeah.
He always says, one bucket in the peas.
Yeah.
In the pot.
But here's the risk. Here's the risk of being in that role. And that's where your own morale, basically. It's so risky to be that sounding board and to be yelling about the stuff that's bad. It's super easy for your own morale and your own motivation and your own perspective to nosedive. I mean, effectively, you're surrounding yourself with negative thoughts and
right.
What's wrong,
and then you become obnoxious and nobody wants to listen to you.
That's it. Well, seriously.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Like, it's a fine line to walk.
There's a verse that says the tongue of the wise makes knowledge acceptable. There's, it's, a soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger, not just in other people, but in you.
Wow, man, that's good. Or as Oculus would put it, real G's move in silence like lasagna, but I move in the community like a G in. I don't even disagreeating. What is that word, Jason? Can you help me? Disaggregating. Oh, Oculus has my back. He's going to spell it phonetically for me. Disaggregating. All right. That's a good word. All right, man. I know you got you got a little time carved out with the family, don't you? Coming up
Yeah.
here.
Well, I have a meeting with my wife and another family. It's
All right.
Yep. We gotta
Cool.
go hang out.
Very cool.
Yep. So right now, we're about to disaggregate the separation of two component parts. So
All
you're
right.
one part and I'm another part, and so we're about to separate on this because I gotta get ready to go.
Absolutely. Hey, Jason, I appreciate you so much. You guys watching and chiming in, appreciate you an incredible amount.
And
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
no one's ever met my wife, so I'm bringing her in here.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Terry, the famous Terry Earls. How you doing?
Here I am in the flesh.
Yeah, yeah.
She came in and said, "Hey, we supposed to be leaving."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got a meeting.
Yeah,
So
that's right. Oh, do you have to do that from time to time? Pull him away from things that he's distracted by?
From time to time, every day.
Yeah. I believe it. Well, Terry, Jason, we appreciate you all so much, and again, everybody watching, appreciate you. We're gonna be in world on Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and back here next Tuesday. And you got fans out there, Terry. You got people saying,
Yeah,
that's
"Hey."
her cousin.
I happen to know
Oh.
her very well.
Yeah.
First cousin.
All right.
All right, man. See y'all.
We'll see you soon.